A World Cup match full of drama, a late Japanese comeback, and one brutally honest ITV punditry moment that instantly grabbed attention. Ange Postecoglou was not in the mood to protect reputations. Live on ITV, the former Tottenham manager looked back at the Netherlands' 2-2 draw with Japan, and when one key defensive mistake appeared on screen, he did not hesitate. The player at the center of it? Tottenham defender Micky van de Ven, and, according to Postecoglou, the error was clear. Because in a game where every defensive line, every step, and every split-second reaction matters, Van de Ven's positioning helped Japan find a way back into the match. This was not just a casual comment from a pundit. This was a former Spurs boss calling out one of his former players on live television, in front of Gary Neville, Roy Keane, and millions watching the World Cup coverage. And the moment came during one of the tournament's most dramatic draws so far. The Netherlands looked to be in control after Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk gave them the lead with an inch-perfect header. It was the kind of goal Dutch fans love to see: authority, timing, and leadership from their captain. But Japan refused to disappear. The Samurai Blue kept pushing, kept finding spaces, and kept testing the Dutch defense. Then came the moment that changed the match. Japanese winger Kato Nakamura picked up the ball near the edge of the Netherlands box and fired a shot toward the near bottom corner. At first, it looked like there could be a serious offside question. Daizen Maeda was involved in the middle, battling with Jan-Paul van Heck, and the ball appeared to take a slight flick during that crowded moment. For a few seconds, the goal looked like it might be ruled out. But the replay told a different story. While the rest of the Dutch defensive line stepped up, Micky van de Ven stayed deeper. And that single detail changed everything. Maeda may have looked offside at first glance, but Van de Ven's position meant Japan were played onside. On ITV, Postecoglou broke it down with total clarity. He explained that Japan had been running well in the half space throughout the game. When the ball came out to Nakamura, the Dutch defense moved up, except Van de Ven. That mistake kept the play alive. That mistake helped Japan get back into the match. And Postecoglou made sure everyone understood exactly where the problem was. He pointed out that as the rest of the back four pushed out, Van de Ven stayed in. The result was simple. Japan were allowed back into the game. For a player with Van de Ven's speed, athleticism, and Premier League reputation, it was a glaring lapse at a massive moment. And for Postecoglou, who knows him well from Tottenham, there was no soft treatment. But the drama did not end there. After Japan's equalizer, the Netherlands responded quickly. Just 7 minutes later, West Ham winger Crescencio Somerville produced a brilliant attacking moment. Cutting inside from the right wing, he curled his shot toward the far post, and the ball went in off the woodwork. The Dutch were back in front. The stadium swung again. Netherlands fans had their lead restored, and for a moment, it looked like Japan's fight back might not be enough. But this Japan side refused to let the match slip away. In the dying moments, with time running out and pressure rising, the Samurai Blue found one final breakthrough. Koki Ogawa rose for a header, sending the ball into the danger zone. Then came the fortunate but decisive touch. The ball bounced off Daichi Kamada's head and beat Bart Verbruggen in the Netherlands' goal. Japan had done it again. From behind, they had fought their way back to 2-2. And suddenly, Van de Ven's earlier positioning mistake became even more important. Because in a World Cup group match, one defensive error can change the entire mood of the game. One player staying too deep can turn a possible offside into a valid goal. One equalizer can shift momentum. And one late header can turn a promising Dutch win into a frustrating draw. That is why Postecoglou's ITV analysis stood out. He was not simply criticizing for the sake of drama. He was highlighting a specific tactical mistake the kind managers obsess over, the kind defenders review again and again, and the kind that can decide matches at the highest level. For the Netherlands, this 2-2 draw will feel like a missed opportunity. They had the lead through Virgil van Dijk. They regained control through Crescencio Somerville. But twice, Japan found a way back. For Japan, it was another reminder of their resilience, discipline, and refusal to stop fighting until the final moments. And for Micky van de Ven, it was a difficult night under the spotlight. The Tottenham defender was not the only player involved in the chaos, but his positioning on Japan's first equalizer became the key talking point after the match, especially once Ange Postecoglou broke it down live on ITV. No protection, no sugarcoating, just a direct tactical verdict from a former manager who understood exactly what he was seeing. In a World Cup full of pressure, every detail matters. The defensive line matters. The timing of the step matters. And when one player stays back, the whole match can change. Netherlands 2, Japan 2. A dramatic draw, a late twist, and one ITV analysis moment that put Micky van de Ven's mistake firmly under the World Cup microscope.